Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today we're going to replace the battery and go over some of the specs of this Zodiac watch. What is this? It's a Zodiac SeaDragon. So this is a pretty rare model. It's got this retro chronograph look to it. So the subdials are in this kind of bright green, and then the chronograph, I believe this is the minute side, and this is the wait, hold on, is that right? Yeah, I think this is the second side. This is the minute side. We'll find out, but it's got a bi-directional rotating bezel. It's got 100 meters water resistance. It's got a date at the 6 o'clock. And yeah, it's really, like, purple watches in general are kind of obscure as it is, so to find a purple Swiss-made chronograph that's retro like this with a sort of dive bezel is extremely cool. And it's got decent water resistance for what it is. It's got a really cool SeaDragon on the back, and the model of this is ZS2925. Yeah, really cool watch. These bands are usually infused with perfume, and they smell pretty good. This is one of the most worn bands I've ever seen on one of these watches, and I've had quite a few of them. It's actually discolored, and it's really deep. It's soft. I believe this is rubber. The buckle itself is signed. Yeah, these are really cool watches. I think they're really underrated even. Like, I actually quite like Zodiac watches a lot, and they have a ton of history. They were making dive watches back when the Rolex Submariner was being produced. They were one of the few Swiss dive watches back then. And yeah, just a lot of history with Zodiac. And I believe they're owned by Fossil Group today, but I find their watches to be awesome. They have a very unique look to them. So the hands are loomed. Second hand is that same bright green, which is pretty cool. You have the Zodiac symbol at the top at 12 o'clock. It's got a tachymeter chapter ring inside. Very cool watch. I think this is considered a cushion case. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what that is. Also, the crown itself is signed, which is really neat. Yeah, really cool watch. So let's put a battery in it and see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and try to take the case back off. Should be pretty simple. I'm going to use my small wrench. I've never had an issue taking the case back off one of these before. Never say never, but they are usually pretty good. The grooves in the back are very deep, so it really lets you grip in there. I wish more watches would actually be this way, to be honest, because it makes removing the case back such a breeze, and you don't need any extra tools. And yeah, the reason being is because of these deep set grooves. Also, I don't know, I finished replacing the crystal on this here Hamilton Frogman. This crystal is a bit thicker than the original, but it is sapphire anti-glare, and this watch is running beautifully. I've been wearing it for the last 4 days since I fixed it, so beautiful watch. Anyways, so what do we got? We have it's a Ronda, I think it's a 5012D, something around there. But to go back to what I was talking about, that makes it easy to remove the case back on this watch. You see how deep these grooves are? That makes my life so much easier. So I really like these for that reason. It's got some information in the back. Zodiac, China, case back with some codes on it. Okay, back to the movement. So this is a gold-plated Swiss quartz chronograph, which is really nice. It is a decent movement. It is a Ronda 5021D. Yep. So these are a little tricky to replace the battery in. So we got this kind of wishbone Y shaped battery holder that's spring tensioned. So as soon as you loosen this crown, it's going to want to fly off. I'm going to put a finger caught on. So you're going to want to put pressure on that so it doesn't fly off after you unscrew it. Because, yeah, you don't want to spend all day looking for these things that you're throwing all over the place. So we're going to go ahead and remove the screw. Should be pretty obvious what I'm doing here. I'm going to remove this screw over there. I'm going to want to use a fine flathead screwdriver for this. And we're good. Okay, so you see how it lifted up? Well, maybe you didn't, but it did lift up a little bit, and you see how it's lifting more? That's that spring tension we're talking about, and the screw just flew. So you got to be really, really careful with these. Luckily, I've done a few of these by now, and this ain't my first rodeo. So this clips in here and there on the opposite side, and you should be able to just pull this out like so. And then, so we got a 399, and I'm not seeing any corrosion on that, which is a good sign. That seems to be pretty clean. The movement seems very clean as well. So this should go, I mean, this should work with a new battery. The gasket, yeah, the gasket actually springs right back into shape when I put any pressure on it, so I think it's fine. Let's see, where's my battery test or gauge? Okay, 1 second. I just want to double check and see. So yeah, it's a 395, 399, like it says it is. 395, 399. I have some of those, right? 395, 399. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I have to wipe it off really quick because I got my fingerprints on it. Yeah, these quartz chronographs, these Swiss ones are actually pretty cool. Okay, so throw that in there. Let's make sure it looks fine, feels good. Yep, okay. So now we're gonna get this wishbone back on, and we definitely want this to go in. So here, I'll show it. So the way that you want to put this back is it bows out like this, and you want this pressing onto the battery, so you want to put it back in like that, with the bow going towards the battery. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to put this in like so. Oop. It's tricky. Got one end in. You know what? I need to get another finger caught on, I think, on my thumb to help out with this. Okay. So I'm going to push back with the thumb. There we go. Yeah, I got it. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry. Whoa, it's way down there. Oop. I'm screwing this up. Okay, let's get that back in like so. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in with my fingers instead of using the tweezers. Such a pain. There we go. Okay, so now that that's back on like that, it should be popping off quite a bit, like so. Now you just want to align it with your screw hole, which this one is. Okay, so now we want to get our screw. What I like to do is put the screw back in the hole, like so. Okay, so now the screw is on it. I'm going to move this back a bit. Okay, so now you want to gently push down, align the screw. Be careful. And we're good. Ta-da! Very cool. So that is now installed. It looks like there's some debris next to this gasket. I'm going to go ahead and just clean this off really quick. I'm probably going to move this debris around a bit, trying to go away from the actual movement. And I'm going to blow the rest of it off. Okay, and then I'm going to clean this gasket up a bit. Probably couldn't hurt to grease this up a little. I think I will do that actually. So I do have some grease. Let me go grab it. Okay, so I've got some gasket grease here. I'm just going to run this gasket through the grease. Don't need too much. Okay. Cool. Alright, it's back in. There's a little bit of excess grease there, but I think it's probably fine. Cool. Okay. Let's just reinstall the case back now. Okay, I'm going to take this finger cots off because they've got gasket grease on them. And probably pitch those. Where's my trash? Right behind me. Okay. Alright, now we're going to put it back on. Cool. Alright, and we'll just screw this back down. Just like that. And we're good. It's running. Excellent. Okay, so we got a running chronograph or a running watch here. Okay, so I was wrong. The running seconds hands is this register in the top right, and then the chronograph seconds hands is the conventional seconds hand on this. So let's push it in and see what happens. Okay, so The chronograph seems to be running, but it's misaligned. I'm going to let it do a full revolution and make sure the seconds hand is going to move. So this, or I'm sorry, the minutes hand. So this minutes hand is currently right next to the conventional minutes hands. We should see this move to the next register. I think this seconds hand started over here somewhere. So we just want to make sure that that's going to change. I'm going to give it a moment. Just admire this watch. It's really, really cool. The tachymeter chapter ring is actually a lighter color of purple compared to the darker purple of the dial itself, which is pretty neat. So we should be seeing this change any second now. Get it? Any second now. There it went. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and reset this now. Okay, that all works. I can't remember exactly how to reset the chronograph on this. Should be, so I'm in position 2. And that didn't do anything. Okay, maybe I have to hold both of these down simultaneously. There we go. Okay, so you have to hold both pushers down for a couple seconds. And then get this back to 12, and then I want to get this one back to... Oh, that's weird. Only the seconds hand is moving? Oh, okay, there we go. And the minutes is set. Oop. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so the minutes is set now. And now we're going to set the seconds hand. Whoops. Overshot it. Overshot it again. Okay. Now we're done. Okay, cool. Let's double check and see if this will change at midnight, which I'm sure it will. We got to double check. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Now let's do a quick change date function here. Beautiful. Okay. I think this is a fully functional watch. Everything seems to be working on it. Everything was set fine. Everything's setting fine. I just need to set the actual time. Let's do some measurements. So this watch is going to be, I think it's 42 millimeter. Nope, sorry, it's 38. 38.4. But if you include the crown, yeah, now it's 42 millimeter with the crown. The lug to lug on this is going to be, oop, if I can do this right. Holy moly. Okay, so it's 44 millimeter. And then the lug width is going to be probably 8. Okay, so it's 20 millimeter lug width. So if you want to put NATO on it or something, there you go. And then the thickness is 15 millimeter. It registers 15 right on the dot. So there you go. Very cool watch. These purple watches are kind of obscure, kind of rare. Purple isn't a super common color in the watch industry, but I love it's purple and green, so it's kind of got, you know, the Joker from Batman. It's kind of got that Joker look to it, and purple and green seem to contrast really well with each other. So yeah, really cool watch. I really like it. I might wear it for a little bit. What is a watch like this worth? I mean, it's got scratches on the crystal. The bezel's got a couple scuffs here and there. The case is scuffed up. Needs to be cleaned. I would say this watch is worth somewhere around 400. Believe it or not. And that's because of just this retro look that it has. Also, it's a purple dial, which again is kind of rare. I think 400. If it was in better condition, I'd probably say 600. But Yeah, it's not in the best condition. Also, the band is really, really worn out. Like, it's super worn out. It's still functional, though. Like, don't get me wrong, you can wear this watch, but... So there you go. Pretty cool. I really, really enjoy the color scheme on this one and just the way it looks. So, thanks so much for watching. If this was useful to anybody, feel free to like and subscribe. That helps me out. But otherwise, yeah, I just enjoy making videos on watches and talking about watches and getting them working again. It's a lot of fun. So take it easy, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.